Here's what the Dallas Mavericks should do in free agency and their trade targets. You've been here before, you know how it goes. We talk about some free agents that they should target and then a potential trade. So first on the list is Dennis Schroeder. Now in my opinion, I don't think they should re-sign Kyrie. I don't think it's a good fit with Luka, so therefore we're going without Kyrie here. So now they need a backup point guard, one, just because they're not going to have Kyrie, but also to replace Jalen Brunson, who they very much missed last year. I'm not saying he's as good as Jalen Brunson, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like he's okay with being the backup point guard. He's not going to try to take Luka's shine, and he also will score some buckets. He's fast. He will make some key defensive plays. I just think him and Luka would complement each other so well because he doesn't need the ball in his hands, although he does play well with the ball in his hands. And also with how well that he played this year for the Lakers, especially in the postseason, he definitely wants to get a little bit more money than the Lakers can probably offer him. And while Dallas doesn't have like a ton of money, they have enough to give him, I think, something that he would want. So I feel like it's a win-win. The second free agent target is Naz Reid. Now Naz Reid should be on a lot of teams' free agent targets because listen, he was so good this year. The problem is most teams don't have the money to pay him what he deserves. And hopefully, Minnesota pays him what he deserves because he deserves a nice bag. That's also partly why I haven't included him in these videos because I don't have any other indication that Minnesota won't pay him. I think they will. And I can't say that he wouldn't test free agency at all, but at the same time, I feel like he would stay in Minnesota. So that's why I don't like to put him or like other players like that on the table because I feel like he's not that available, but maybe for Dallas he is. Because Dallas has Luka and they can offer him maybe a better situation. He'll have a huge role on the team because they're going to lose Christian Wood and they're going to lose Dwight Powell. And obviously he's playing backup to Cat and Rudy Gobert. So like this is a scenario where I could see him potentially leaving because of the big role he's going to get and the money they will pay him. I still think that he's going to get the bag from Minnesota. I think they will compensate him for how well he played and he should stay, but I could see him going to Dallas. When I say should, I don't mean should basketball wise. Like I'm not saying that's the best basketball decision for him. I'm just saying should, like I think he would stay. The next player they should target is Thomas Bryant. Now, I just said they're going to lose Dwight Powell and Christian Wood unless they re-sign them, so they desperately need a center on the team. And Thomas Bryant, again, the reports were that he wanted a bigger role because when Anthony Davis came back, his play time was inconsistent. He's not really playing at all with Denver. So this would be like a win-win for him and also Dallas because I feel like he could actually help the team a lot. I feel like him and Luka would be a good complementary to each other. And he'd have a solidified big role on the team, so I feel like it's a win-win here. He's also still young, like I think he's what, 25 maybe? I don't actually know his age, but he's somewhere in there. So like he's still on the timeline and stuff. And the last player they should target should he become available is Fred VanVleet. Now he's a player option, so if he opts in, then it's irrelevant unless he gets traded there or whatever. But if he opts out, which is an option, it's a possibility, then I think Dallas should target him because he would be a perfect fit with Luka. And I feel like he would also kind of, take that Jalen Brunson role. Like, he can light it up. Like, we've seen Fred VanVleet go crazy. He can shoot it from three very well. I feel like he would be okay with, I don't want to say being the backup to Luka, because, like, I feel like he would start. Or maybe he'd be the sixth man off the bench. I'm not sure. But let's just say he started. He technically wouldn't be a backup, but in a way, he would be a backup. Like, he would know that, obviously, Luka is, the number one option on the team. He's number two. But Fred VanVleet is a good number two option. He can score like crazy and just take some of the pressure off Luka and also space the floor more. So I feel like this would be a really good fit if they can get him. And they have a little bit of money to pay him. Okay, time for the trades. Everybody's favorite part. I think they should target Miles Turner. Now, Miles Turner got paid by Indiana this year. Actually, they extended him. I think it was a 2-year extension maybe. But regardless, sadly for him, because I feel bad for him that he's on the trading block literally every month. Every month he's on the trading block. So, I mean, Indiana did extend him, but I think they'll be okay with moving him considering they keep putting him on the trading block. So, therefore, I feel like Dallas should definitely try to get him because, well, they need a center. Like I said, free agency, they're going to lose both their centers if they don't re-sign them. Miles Turner is one of the leading leaders, one of the league leaders in blocks every year. He can get some points in the paint. He can definitely rebound the ball. He's not the best rebounder, but still, any bit helps for Dallas because they were not a great rebounding team. And I just feel like he would also be a nice compliment to Luka, so they should definitely explore this option if he's available.